What's going on, PC gamers? Welcome to the top 5 games to buy in December. Yes, the holiday season is coming to an end, but in December you can expect a couple low-key titles to come out, but there are a couple decent games to pick up, so let's get right into this. Number 5, I went with The Crew by Ubisoft. Now, this game would be a lot higher if Ubisoft didn't pull their shit with Assassin's Creed Unity earlier, and they're actually postponing reviews for this game by the gaming media until after the game releases. So, a little bit of sketchy stuff going on with this game. The Crew looks like a decent racing game. I played the beta and I had some fun with it, but this might be another game where it's like you're gonna have to wait a couple months before it's fixed and running on not just the PC, but on consoles too. Number 5 right now, if it comes out and it works, it might be a decent pickup in December 2nd, I believe, that it released. Number 4 is Final Fantasy 13 2. Now, Final Fantasy 13 was a terrible port. That came out back in October. In December, Square Enix is releasing Final Fantasy 13 2. This is supposed to be a far better port, good resolution settings, good frame rates, things like that. Square Enix is also patching the original Final Fantasy 13, so that runs, how a PC game should run. And that game launched, and it was locked to 720p, 30 frames per second. It was miserable. A modder did fix it, so that was nice, but now Square Enix is releasing an official patch, and 13 2 should be working fine, and this is, the second game of the 3 Lightning series in the Final Fantasy 13 line of games. Lightning Returns is supposed to come out early next year, probably February. Number 3 is an indie game, Dungeon Defenders 2. The original Dungeon Defenders had a huge cult following. A lot of people loved it. I loved it myself. I thought it was just a ton of fun. This game's only going to be like $15, $20. Might be a good pickup. It's one of those dungeon defending games, tower defense. It's a lot of fun, strategy based. You're going to be able to find this pretty cheap real quickly in a Steam sale. This might actually be pretty cheap during the winter sale, since, the winter sale is in December. And these are the kind of games that typically go on sale a lot, so you probably are going to be able to pick this up on the pretty cheap. So check it out. If you haven't played Dungeon Defenders 1, check that out. You can get that for like $3 at this point. And it's a ton of fun, and Dungeon Defenders 2 should be more of the same. Number 2 is Episode 1 of Telltale Games' Game of Thrones series. Now, Telltale's been making a lot of solid games. The Walking Dead and Walking Dead Season 2 were some of my favorite games of those years that they came out. They just released Tales from Borderlands in November, late November. That game was awesome. I think a lot of people are missing out on a great game just because it's kind of like a weird title, Tales from Borderlands. You don't know how it works. It's a hilarious game, and now they're going back on the serious route with Game of Thrones. Expect a lot of deaths. I don't know how, if you've seen the Game of Thrones show, there's a lot of wild shit going on, so I'm sure they're gonna, kind of tone it down for the video game, or who knows, maybe they won't. I'm excited for it. Telltale and Game of Thrones, that's a pretty good combination. Telltale makes great games, and Game of Thrones is a great series, so I expect this to be pretty good. Finally, number 1 is one I'm very excited for, Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. This was a game that came out in March on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Actually, also came out on the PS3 and 360, but who plays those anymore, right? Metal Gear Solid is a series that I think's been, like, one of those titles that it's like, that's why I am going to pick up a console for Metal Gear Solid. But now it's coming to the PC. Let's see how it runs by all of the stuff that's come out. This looks like it's going to be a really solid PC port. It's going to have a variety of different settings. You can change high resolution, go up all the way to 8K. It looks pretty good. And Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain is also going to be coming to PC, probably late next year. But I'm excited for this. This is a very short game. It's only like an hour or two long, but just for the fact that it's the first Metal Gear game, I believe it's the first Metal Gear game, correct me if I'm wrong, that's ever been on the PC, that alone warrants it the number 1 spot. So let me know what you guys think. Is there a game that I missed out on? December is always one of those quiet months because, the fall season is pretty much coming to an end, and all the big developers got their games out in November, but there are a couple decent titles that you can pick up if you're a PC gamer in December. So let me know what you guys think. I'll talk to you all later. Peace out.